Hello, procrastinators! The 93rd stop on this E3 tour bus to hell was Xbox and Bethesda, who are no longer allowed to host their own conferences since the incident. Still, Todd Howard proudly took the stage to reveal Starfield, their next big RPG. Or rather, an in-game trailer for Starfield that had no gameplay in it. I don't know, Bethesda games have small worlds dense with content and stories. Does space travel really work for that? I mean, I guess we'll find out. However, this was a showcase for their new engine, and they started with a very deliberate shot of a ladder, something that the previous engines famously couldn't cope with. So there's the next generation for you. Bethesda games will now have ladders. Well, climbing is not... Don't read too much into the ladder. Moving on, Hull Simulator Stalker 2 was up next, showing off a really quite long mix of shooting scary things and chained to some blokes. Then Back 4 Blood turned up again, showing off a game from the creators of Left 4 Dead, ignoring that more recently they were the creators of Evolve, a game that crashed so hard on launch due to horrific monetization that it had to go free to play after a very short while and had its server shut off just 3 years after launch. You can't even buy it on Steam anymore. So yeah, that's probably why they go for the Left 4 Dead thing more than the Evolve thing. Next up, there was a pre-rendered trailer for Avalanche Studio, the Just Cause Lot's next game, Contraband. It's a co-op open-world 1970s smuggle them up, and that's all we know. See you in several years for that one. Sea of Thieves is adding Captain Jack. No, not that one. Yakuza Like a Dragon has come to Game Pass, and then it was time for one of my highlights, Battlefield 2042, a game that's finally properly leaning into the dumb, over-the-top, all-out stupid war that the series is best at. 128 players, wingsuits, tornadoes, tank drops, grappling hooks, elevators, blowing up a helicopter with a C4 attached to a quad bike, and no shitty single player, and my personal favourite, bots! AI will fill in empty player slots to keep battles full, and if you want, you can put 127 of the things to work and just play by yourself. And you will still progress in the game while doing so. I'm excited for a multiplayer game. And I'm also excited for 12 Minutes, which now has a 19th of August release date, which should give me about 6 days to finish it before Psychonauts 2 releases on the 25th of August, a date revealed in the first in-colour trailer of the entire conference. Fallout 76 and Elder Scrolls Online announced something. Party Animals has copied Gang Beast's homework. Hades is coming to Xbox. Somerville is one of those limbo/inside games that bore me to fucking tears. And then it was time for Xbox to bring out their biggest gun. Mr. Halo is back, and this time with an all-new dull-looking open world and a free-to-play multiplayer game with confirmed microtransactions. Have fun with that. Diablo 2 was next. I don't know why, but it was. And then we had our first look at Plague Tale Requiem, sequel to the first one, which is one of those games that everyone says I have to play, and then I nod and I know inside I never will. Far Cry 6 showed off some gameplay, no idea why they didn't at the Ubisoft conference, and then the surprise of the show was up next with Slime Rancher 2, the farming/animal slavery game I really fucking enjoyed from a few years back. Then there was a snowboarding game that I literally couldn't remember seeing during the conference and had to go back to my own VOD to double check actually happened. After that, Atomic Heart's trailer was, sure, something. Was it a game? Was it a developer showcase for like 100 different games? I haven't a fucking clue. Replaced then showed off 2.5D stunning pixel art, legitimately gorgeous stuff. Grounded introduced a bigger spider, so that can fuck off. And Among Us is using the power of the Xbox Series X to up its lobbies to 15 players. Then there was a JRPG, or some JRPGs, I can never draw the fucking line between them. The Ascent went shooty bang in its futuristic city for a bit. Age of Empires 4 featured combat camels. The Outer Wilds 2 directly shat on Starfield. Fucking accuracy of that, beautiful. Flight Simulator is coming to the Xbox Series X at 30 FPS, which is the same as it is on PC. And Forza Horizon 5 is off on spring break at the end of the year. And finally, we saw a cinematic trailer for Vampire, whatever the fuck this game turns out to be. I have no idea. It was a cinematic trailer. Redfall, which hilariously people thought was going to be the title of the next Elder Scrolls game since Bethesda trademarked it last year. There's even a Redfall subreddit dedicated to talking about the Elder Scrolls 6. Hilarious. Anyway, that was Xbox. I mean, there was like a post-credit thing where they showed off they've got a fridge that actually looks like the Xbox. It's like a mini fridge. It's the same. That was Xbox. Once again, their own stuff doesn't grab me, but it was a pretty good show for third-party stuff. And Game Pass is still a bargain, with literally 90% of the game shown coming to it. And finally, I now know exactly how long I need to set my cryogenic stasis pod for to play Psychonauts 2 tomorrow. See you in the future, suckers! Huh? What do you mean Square Enix conference? Oh, shit.